Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So today we're going to talk about North Carolina, Florida, trust, and indifference. The agenda, the itinerary, the rough sketch for the Republican National Convention here in Florida, it's been released. It's going to happen next month. The overwhelming majority of the time, it will have 2,500 attendees. That is 2,500 attendees. On the last night, for some period of time at least, they will allow guests, but it will be capped at 7,000. Now, if you're in Florida or you're paying attention to what's going on down here, you're like, that doesn't really seem like a good idea, because it's not. But that's what they're doing. I want to point something out, though. This was originally scheduled to happen in North Carolina. The convention was going to happen in North Carolina, and they moved it because the governor of North Carolina was concerned about attendance, how many people were going to be there. So they moved it. NBC said that Republicans were touting 50,000 attendees. 50,000, now it's 2,500. Now, I'm sure Republicans will try to spin that. Well, they all wouldn't have been there at the same time, or whatever, fine. Cut the number in half. 25,000 to 2,500. 10%. In reality, it's 5. What does that mean? It means Republicans have changed. They've changed. They recognize the danger now. They see the need to take precautions. They want to protect themselves. Makes sense. What hasn't changed? Their talking points. What they're telling the American people. They moved their convention because they weren't going to be allowed to have a big crowd. And now they've limited the crowd size themselves to 5%, 10% if you want to go with whatever spin comes out. But while they've taken those actions for themselves, they're still telling their supporters, those people who trust them, in this case with their life, that everything's fine. We're getting back to normal. Your kids need to go to school. You need to get back to work. Sacrifice yourself for the economy. I would do it, but I'm needed in D.C. in the rear. You guys on the front lines. Y'all have fun, though. I wish I was there with you. Remember all that tough talk? Everybody wants to be a tough guy until it's time to go through the door. I don't know that I have ever seen this level of indifference to human suffering. And I've seen some messed up stuff. They have reduced their attendance by 95%, 90%, whatever. But they're still telling their supporters the same thing. Don't worry about a mask. Be all right. They're just hoping that their supporters don't have to go to too many funerals between now and November. They're banking on it not getting out of hand until after the election. They know it's going to. If things don't change, they know it's going to. But they're more concerned about this. Can you imagine how hard this was for Republicans to convince Trump to agree to shrink the crowd size like this? Especially after he took to Twitter, moved the whole convention just to satisfy his ego. They had to convince him that this was okay, which means Trump knows too. But his talking points haven't changed. He's still saying the same thing. But when it comes to them and their safety, well then, we have to take the precautions. I can't imagine that battle. He has to know how stupid he looks. moving the entire convention to satisfy his ego, and then still only getting 2,500 people. Because it's that bad. And there's no denying it anymore. I think that they need to rethink this. Go ahead, have your full festival. It's what it is. It's a party. It's not like you're really deciding anything there. It's just a show, like everything else. I don't see why there's any reason to let science get in the way of it. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.